are our own worst enemy. We are the ones that keep us from being our best. Recently heard a story about an older gentleman. He was in a post office. He was in line to get stamps. You could tell he was struggling there in that line. And there was a lady that noticed. So she walked up to him and she said, "You know what? There's these amazing little machines right over there. You can get your stamps there. That way you don't have to wait in this line." And the old man looked at her and said, "I'm really grateful. I appreciate it. But I'd rather wait in the line." Now, she couldn't figure this out. It didn't make any sense to her. She could tell that he was struggling. So she persisted. "Come on, come to the machine. I'll show you how to do it. It's easy. It's a piece of cake." And finally, the old man looked at her in the eye and said, "The machine won't ask me about my arthritis." And he stayed in the line. Now, how does that make sense to anyone in this room? Well, that's just it. It doesn't make sense. It's emotional. It's not logical. It is about the experience that you create for your customer over and over and over again. That's what it's all about. Your customer experience needs an overhaul. It needs it right now. So how do you do that? Well, your people need people skills. How do we do that? We teach them. We teach them to create wow experiences. What is a wow experience? It's when a customer realizes that you went above and beyond for them. That's a wow experience. How do we do that? Well, we teach them to be grateful. They have a role. They have a responsibility. They need to be able to do it better than we can do it. They become indispensable to you. They become indispensable to their team. You've got to give first. You've got to give first. You've got to train your CSRs to give first. You've got to train your technicians to give first. You've got to train your comfort advisors to give first, to create value. And when they do, they're going to create a wow experience. And that's how you build long-term relationships. You give first. When people don't do their job, and we wonder why, it could be that they don't care. We need to teach them to care. We need to remind them who the boss is. It's them. They're calling. They're calling. So how do we teach them to care? Well, we got to teach them to listen. Customer gets on the phone. "Hey, I've got this mother-in-law living with us. She's been with us for the last 3 years. Can you imagine telling a complete stranger you got a mother-in-law living with you? How about I've got a son who's 4 months old and I can't go without AC? They share these things with us. I just had a hip replacement. I just had an aneurysm. They share it all. Why do they share that with complete strangers?" That's their pain, yes, from an emotional standpoint. And they want you to care. But in order to care, you have to listen. And you've got to teach them how to listen. They've got to be present. They've got to be in the moment. Lastly, we need to teach our team to embrace optimism. Absolutely, there are things we cannot control. We cannot control the elements. We cannot control other people. But we can control ourselves. These things are common knowledge. You get it. You get it. But it's not common practice. The way we make it common practice is by practicing over and over and over again. You are the enemy. You are the one that keeps you from being great. You are the one that keeps you from growing. And you've got to fix that. What is great about life is that as long as we're not dead, we can get up. We can get up. We can dust ourselves off and we can try again and again and again until we succeed, until we win. So when I say you're the enemy, you are. But you're also the hero. You're the hero of this story. And if the hero can step up, if the hero can get off the ground, dust themselves off as many times as they have to, again and again and again, utility. They do what they're supposed to do what they were meant to do, and that is to create. That is to build, because it's not about the money. It's about people. And when you serve people, when you take care of people, when you create that experience over and over and over again, guess what? You win. And money's just a byproduct. Make it so. You be the hero. Thank you very much.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of This Call May Be Recorded. I'm your host, Zach Garside. I hope you enjoyed that video to kick things off today. You know, I played that video because I was on a phone call this week with some people in the industry, talking about technology, talking about where the home services industry is going. And it's easy to have strong opinions about this stuff. Strong opinions about how technology is shaping the future of the trades, how customers want options, which these things are true. But what I've also found is it's not only easy to have an opinion about these things, it's easy to let your opinion of these things distract you from the customer. Because the fact is, folks, yes, technology is exciting. New equipment, new efficiencies, new processes, new systems, new ways of doing things, the shiny objects, they're very exciting. They're very interesting. But they're not what pay the bills. They are not what keeps you in business. What keeps you in business is your customer. That's it. It's the customer. And so in a world where people are obsessed with the next shiny object, with the next sexy tool or system or process for running your business, I venture to say that the future belongs not to those companies who are constantly reinventing their systems and processes, but to the companies that are the most customer obsessed. Obsessed. I mean, you make sure that at every single point along the customer journey, your customer is in love with you, that they are completely blown away by the level of service. I want your customer to be shocked at how easy it is to find you. I want them to be amazed at how easy it is to call you or chat with you or leave you a message on your website. I want them to be amazed at how quickly you respond, at how much you care when you call them to find out about their situation and schedule an appointment. I want them to be blown away by how professional, how courteous, how kind the technician is, and how valuable and how well articulated his sales pitch is. I want them to be in shock and awe when you're done serving them, you've completed the work, they've paid the bill, and they get to enjoy a comfortable home as a result of your service. And I want them to be filled with pride when they refer their friends and family to you, and those people have a similar experience. And then those people come to that customer and say, "Thank you so much for referring me to those guys. They were absolutely amazing." What I just described for you there, that simple process of making sure the customer has a wow experience every step of the way, there lies the key to success. That's it. That's what you got to do. Make it easy for them to find you. Make it easy for them to contact you. Leave them in shock and awe and amazement. Wow them while you take ownership of their problem and serve them. And if you do that, that's how you be successful. That's how you grow your business. It's not just about tools and technology, you guys. The tools and technology that people are talking about today will be irrelevant in 5 years, maybe even less than that. Right? There are software companies that are starting tail end of last year and they're already out of business. It's not about the technology. You can't lose sight of what this is really for. It's for the customer. It's for them. Customer service is the glue that holds your business together. And with that said, folks, As always, we've got 4 phone calls to listen to today. 2 good calls, 2 bad calls. I haven't heard any of the calls yet. I'm reacting just the same as you. So hit the comment section and tell me where you're tuning in from today. And with that said, let's listen to phone call number 1.
Thank you for calling. How can I make your day better?
Oh, you could get me a plumber.
What's going on?
Morning. I think it's my faucet. It's my kitchen sink is leaking. I don't think it's the sink. I think it's the faucet. And I'm hoping you can get someone out here today to fix it for me.
Let me check the schedule. What's your address?
Well,
Okay, cutting out the personal info.
34638.
All right, let me take a look at the schedule.
Thank you, ma'am.
Lots of dead space here.
Okay, as of right now, the soonest I'd be able to get somebody out there would be Tuesday the 5th between 2 and 6. All my technicians are booked up today.
Oh, Whoa.
All right.
okay. So what happened there? Customer giving the CSR all their valuable personal information. CSR pauses, looks at the schedule, clicking on the, and then first thing out of our mouth after all that pause.
There would be Tuesday the 5th between 2 and 6. All my technicians are booked up today.
All my technicians are booked up today. First thing we tell them is what we cannot do.
Down for 2 to 6. And
Okay.
what number do I
Okay.
call if I can get someone to come sooner?
The number that you're calling right now, and one of us will pick up, and any one of us in the office can cancel the call.
Cancel!
And
Sarah, yes. Okay. If I had a siren, if I had like a red alarm that I could flash all over the place right now, I would, because right there, that was one of the worst things we can say right next to the word no. It's the word cancel. Any of us can cancel your appointment for you. Why would you tell the customer that? What do you have to gain? What does the customer have to gain by you telling them any of us can cancel your appointment for you? Doesn't help. Does not help at all. Not even a little bit. Not only that, but that was you almost said it with a lot of confidence. Any of us can cancel your appointment for you. But that gives the customer the impression that you guys get so many cancellations, anybody in the office can do it, right? Anybody here can take you off the schedule if you don't want to work with us anymore. We can cancel your appointment for you. Don't ever tell the customer you're going to cancel it for them, or you can cancel. If you're going to say anything like that, which you shouldn't, say reschedule. We can reschedule your appointment if you need to, but don't say cancel. Cancel is, yeah.
we'll also keep an eye on the schedule, and if it looks like we can get somebody out today, we'll call and let you know.
All right. And do you have like an order number or reference
Yeah,
number
that's okay.
that I can give whoever picks up? Would that help?
No, all you have to do is give your phone number or your address, and we can look it up that way.
Great. Thanks very much. You have a good 4th, okay?
You too.
Okay. That was a transaction. That was not more than a transaction. That was purely transactional. One other thing I want to point out is the person who asks the questions controls the conversation. All right. The person who asks the questions controls the conversation. And right here, the customer asked all of the questions. The customer was asking, what about this? How does this work? Do I have an account number? When can you come out? And the CSR kept answering the questions, yes, but they didn't ask. So tell me more about your situation. What's going on? How long has it been doing that? When would you like us to come out? Can I book this appointment for you? She didn't ask to book the appointment. She presented the appointment times and then paused and waited for the customer to say something. Person who asks the questions controls the conversation. Let's keep listening to phone call number 2. Here we go.
How can I help you?
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. I was wondering if someone could come out to my house. We've got, I don't know if it's like a breaker that like is broken or something, but in one room of our house, like in our basement, we just can't get any electricity. And I assume it's all on one breaker, but we just can't figure it out.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so just that one room in the basement.
Yeah, and it's a pretty old house, so like we had to replace one when we moved in. But it's like luckily it's a room we don't use at all. So it's not don't use it a ton, so it's not too big of a deal. But we're trying to get someone out.
Okay. Do you see what happens?
Do
Do you see what happens right there when the CSR asks the question? When she asks, rephrasing the situation back to the customer to make sure she understands, he then goes on a little bit of spiel there, talking more about the situation. And that's what you want to do. You want the customer to talk, because the more the customer tells you, the more they talk to you, the more of a connection they feel to you, the less likely they are to call someone else. If I'm a customer and I have a service business I'm calling that understands me deeply and has asked lots of questions about me and my situation, I'm going to do business with them. Okay, let's keep listening.
Happy to help. And may I ask who I'm speaking with?
Oh yeah, speaking.
All right. Particular day you were looking to schedule the technician?
Thursday would probably be the best day for us.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. And may I have your
Asking
address
when.
for
That's perfect.
scheduling?
They're collecting personal information right now. The call is still going.
Thank you. Okay, Thursday, let me see what we have here for you, sir. Looks like we're able to schedule in the afternoon between 12 and 4. That works okay. We can give a call. We're 30 minutes away.
Yep, that works.
Perfect. I'm going to set up this appointment here for you now. Let's see here.
So this is okay. I'm taking notes, by the way. This is okay. I like that the CSR is asking questions, but the thing that I am looking for is soul, vibrancy. I want to feel some energy in the conversation. I want it to be more than a transaction. That's what I'm looking for. If I can get it to be more than a transaction, that's going to be the thing that really gets me excited to do business with you. Is I feel like I have a connection with you. I feel like you care about my problem. You're taking ownership of it. You're empathizing with me. Those are the kinds of things that I'm looking for in a customer service phone call. Some companies think, no, that's not true. Customer just wants a price. They just want to get off the phone as quickly as possible. But no, they want you to care. I promise. I can assure you, having listened to thousands upon thousands of calls, what they want, what all of us want, is a human being to take ownership of our situation. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for someone to put their energy and passion into working with you, into talking to you. Sarah says they want to feel good calling you, not dread it. That's true. 100%. You guys ever seen, I don't know the truth of this, but have you ever seen that statistic where they said something to the effect of like 80% or 60% of customers would rather scrub a toilet than talk to customer service? You guys ever seen that before? I don't know if that's true. I personally don't know if I believe that. I think that if most human beings were legitimately presented with the option to scrub a toilet or call customer service, Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I guess it depends on how dirty the toilet is. If somebody said, would you rather scrub this toilet or call the customer service line? My first question would be, how dirty is the toilet? And which company am I calling exactly? Because if I'm calling AT&T, my cell phone provider, I may want to scrub the toilet. I think I could probably get that done faster than getting something taken care of with AT&T. So who knows? Maybe that stat's legitimate. But we don't want customers to feel that way. The customer doesn't want to feel that way either. They don't want to feel rushed. They don't want to feel like, you know, I had an electrician come to my house this week. And when he came to my house, he knocks on the door. I open the door. And he says, hey, how's it going? I said, good. Excited for you to get started on this work. And he says, yeah, awesome. Me too. And then he stands there. Doesn't say anything. I don't know if he was waiting for me. He didn't have any tools with him either. He was just standing there. So I wasn't sure if he was like waiting for me to invite him in or ask him what was going on. But when I'm the customer, I want you to take ownership of the situation. I want you to be my guide. When you knock on my door to come and serve me, I want you to tell me how this is going to go. I want you to tell me what the next steps are. I don't want to have to be the one to pull it out of you. I don't want to ask questions and make you give me the information. I don't want to ask you how much the price is. I want you to tell me. I want you to be proactive. Way too many customer service representatives and salespeople in all industries think that if they disclose everything about how the company works to the customer, you know, what the price is, what the scope of service is, what all the steps are, they're worried that either A, customers don't want to hear it all, or B, it's going to scare customers away. And neither of those things is true at all. Customers want to know what the next steps are. Customers want you to build value and help them visualize the full experience. And they want you to tell them how much it costs. They don't want you to hide the fee. That's not going to do anything. They don't want you to wait until the technician comes out and reveals it. They want you to be proactive. I noticed on this, the first phone call we listened to, the CSR never actually told the customer the dispatch charge. I'm trying to remove surprise. I'm trying to remove guessing from the equation for the customer. But when that customer gets the technician out there to their home, he's going to give them an invoice or a bill, whether they go forward with work or not, right? They're going to be charged something for the visit, and it's going to surprise them. It's going to throw them off because the CSR didn't tell them about it. You've got to communicate value. You've got to help the customer visualize the scope of work, what the next steps are, what the price is. And once you've done all that, now you're in a great position to create a wow experience. You've essentially, you are the batter, right? You're at the plate. You want to hit a grand slam, but you're also the pitcher. You're not, it's not like somebody else. It's not like the customer's over there on the pitcher's mound, winding up and throwing you a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. If you ask the right questions and if you empathize, you get to toss yourself your own pitch. You get to lob it up there nice and soft and bam, hit a grand slam, hit a home run. You get to decide if it's a wow experience or not. You are not at the whims of someone else. You're not a victim to the customer. You get to decide. Now, with all that said, I actually just thought of another video I want to play for you. All right, this is from a short video series we released. How long ago was it? About 1.5 years ago, called the Business Mindset Essentials series. There's 6 videos in this series, and I want to share one with you right now. I'm going to take, Sarah, I'm going to pull your comment down. I'm going to play this video for you called How to Get Anything You Want in Life. All right. This is very short. It's only 1 minute 52 seconds. But I want you to listen to this. This is Brigham again, just like in the first video we played today. So let me share my screen. There we go. All right, listen to this.
Back in 2009, I found myself broke. What made it worse is my son, Hayden, was just diagnosed with autism. So I went to this place called Autism Journeys to help him out. And they told me that he has a chance at normal life, and all for the low price of $3,500 a month. So yeah, I wasn't in a good place. But my friend invited me to this event, and Zig Ziglar was there speaking. He had fallen down the stairs right before the event. I don't know how recent it was before the event, but his short-term memory was gone. So I thought to myself, wow, how is he going to do this? Well, his daughter was up on stage with him, and she would say the first sentence, and then Zig Ziglar would do the rest, just like he did in the old days, right? And talked about his wife, how she was sitting in the stands, and she was like an American Express card, and he would never leave home without her, right? Stuff like that. He did his thing. Two things that stood out to me. Number one, before he became a speaker, before he was a published author, he would watch a pastor encouraging other people, and that's what he wanted to do with his life. And when I heard those words, it spoke to me. That's also what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to encourage people. He then said how to do that. He said, in order to get what you want, you've got to help enough other people get what they want. And that also spoke to me. It's by serving other people. To get out of the mess that I was in, I needed to serve my way out. And that's been the motto of our business ever since. My name is Brigham Dickinson. I'm with Power Selling Pros. If you're the kind of business owner that wants to serve other people, well, then we're the coaching company for you. We look forward to hearing from you.
There you go, folks. From Brigham himself. If you are stuck and you feel like you're not getting the results that you want from your business right now, you need to up your level of service to others. Period. You got a goal you want to reach? You want to add another $1 million in revenue to the business? Enhance the level of service. You feel like you're behind on that goal? You feel like your team's not accomplishing everything that you set out to achieve? You feel like the business just isn't as strong as it could be? Serve at a higher level. Take better care of the customer. Create a more amazing experience. In fact, get out of the business, get out of the meetings, the fruitless, long, monotonous meetings where you're just talking in circles, and go talk to your customers. I'm serious. Go ask your customers, how have we changed your life? Why is that important to you? How can we make the experience better for you? Talk to them. Find out what's happening in their minds, in their lives. Figure out how you can serve them at a higher level in your marketing, on the phone, in the home, in your follow-ups, when you're asking for reviews and referrals. Level up your service. That's how you get yourself out of a tough situation. That's how you reach the goals. All the other stuff helps. All the other stuff, the systems, the processes, the technology, those things are crucial, yes. They make it more efficient to do what you do. But if you want to grow, if you want to reach your potential, you have to enhance the level of service. You've got to become better at serving others. A lot of businesses will focus on systems first, but it's people first. People-centered, systems-supported. That's how you grow your business. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of This Call May Be Recorded. I'm your host, Zach Garside. Next week, we're going to have some guests with us once again. We also got a really cool announcement coming out next week from Power Selling Pros, so keep your eyes posted for that. Until then, till next Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we will see you on episode 28 of This Call May Be Recorded. Thank you so much.